All right, let's talk about something we all struggle with. That huge, frustrating gap between having a goal, a really great goal, and actually getting it done. How do we close that gap and finally turn our plans into reality? Well, let's dive in.
You know, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? The problem usually isn't the dream itself. Most of us have good goals. The real breakdown, the part where it all falls apart, is in the follow-through. It's in that space between saying you'll do something and, well, doing it.
I mean, you know this feeling, right? You've got this amazing idea. You're going to learn a language, start that side hustle, get fit, but then a week goes by, then a month, and you're still sitting at the starting line. It's incredibly frustrating. So what is really stopping us?
So it turns out that stuck feeling isn't just you. It's not random. It almost always comes down to three specific kind of hidden roadblocks that kill our momentum before we even get a chance to build it. Let's pull back the curtain and see what they are. Okay, the first roadblock, it's a fuzzy target. When your goal is vague, something like, I want to be healthier, your brain just kind of short circuits. What does that even mean? Should you eat a carrot, go for a jog? The lack of clarity leads to confusion, and guess what confusion leads to? Doing absolutely nothing. So the fix is simple. You have to fight that fog with focus. Instead of be healthier, get super specific. Try this. I will walk for 30 minutes every weekday after work. See that? Now that's a clear instruction. It's something your brain can grab onto and actually execute. And then there's this one, the classic, overwhelm. The goal just feels so massive, so huge that it's completely paralyzing. It's like standing at the bottom of a mountain and only looking at the peak. When you feel like you have to do everything at once, you end up doing nothing at all. So how do you beat overwhelm? You shrink the goal. It's that simple. Don't think about writing a whole book. No, just focus on writing one page today. When you break a giant goal into tiny bite-sized pieces, it suddenly feels doable. And that, right there, is how you start to build real momentum. And this last one, oh man, this one is sneaky. It's the fear of not being good enough. But here's the thing, it rarely shows up looking like fear. It disguises itself as perfectionism. You know, I'll start when the time is perfect, or I just need to do a little more research. It's a clever delay tactic to keep you safe in the planning phase forever. So here's the secret, and I really want you to hear this. You will never, ever feel 100% ready. Confidence doesn't come before you start, it comes from starting. It's a result of taking action, not a requirement for it. So the only move is to just begin, even if it feels messy and imperfect. Okay, so we've named the enemies, we know the roadblocks. Now let's get to the good stuff. It's time to build your toolkit, the set of tools you need to turn that big dream into a step-by-step action plan you can actually stick to. The foundation of any good plan is what's called a SMART goal. And no, this isn't just some boring business acronym. It's a powerful checklist. You ask yourself, is my goal specific? Is it measurable? Is it actually achievable? Is it relevant to my life? And does it have a time-bound deadline? If you can say yes to all five, you've just turned a vague wish into a concrete target.
So you've got a crystal clear goal. That's awesome. But now you probably have a to-do list that's a mile long. And that brings up the next big question. With so many things to do, where in the world do you start? What do you work on first?
This little grid right here, it's a total game changer. It's a prioritization matrix. You basically just plot all your tasks based on how much impact they'll have. And that top right box, the do box, that's pure gold. Those are your high-impact tasks. That is where you put your energy first. Everything else can be scheduled for later, handed off, or maybe even ignored completely.
Look, a brilliant plan that just sits in a notebook is, well, it's just a wish list. The real work is building the engine that moves that plan forward day after day. This is all about making progress an automatic habit, not a daily chore.
This might be one of the most powerful ideas out there. It's the 1% rule. Forget about trying to be a superhero overnight. Just focus on getting 1% better today than you were yesterday. I know, it sounds like nothing, right? But those tiny, almost invisible improvements, they compound. Over time, they add up to something absolutely massive. So let's make this real for you. What is your 1%? If you're learning guitar, maybe it's just practicing chords for 5 minutes. If you're writing, maybe it's just one paragraph. The key is to find that one tiny, repeatable action that you can do every single day no matter what.
Now, to stay consistent, you need a system, and this execution loop is beautifully simple. First, you plan what you're going to do. Then you execute. You actually do it. At the end of the day or week, you review your progress. And finally, you adjust your plan based on what you learned. It's a constant feedback loop that keeps you getting smarter and moving forward.
All right, we've talked about why we get stuck and how to build a plan. Now it is time for the launch. Let's make this super practical with 8 different ways you can start taking real action today, right now.
Just take a look at this list. Any one of these is a perfect starting point. You could finally define that one clear goal. You could break it down into daily actions. You could just commit to starting before you feel ready. Or hey, maybe your first step is as simple as removing one distraction from your workspace. They all work.
But please, do not try to do all 8 at once. That's a trap that just leads right back to overwhelm. The real power is in its simplicity. Just choose one. Pick one single thing from that list and do it today. That's how you move from thinking to doing.
So, there you have it. The whole playbook is laid out for you. The only thing left now is a choice. Your choice. So what is it going to be? What is the one step you will take today to turn your goal into action?